welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Time for a game of Big Deal, No Deal. We have help tonight from Terry Johnson with LCA Athletics. Thank you for being here, Terry. What is up first?
Well, Kentucky House Speaker David Osborne says his chamber could take final action this week on a bill that would legalize medical marijuana in the bluegrass. Mary Jo and Adam, is this a big deal or no deal?
Big deal. 90% of Kentuckians say they support this. It didn't come to a House vote the last time around. So
and it has now, and it's a big deal because if the Republican Speaker of the House, if it didn't have majority support in the Republican caucus, their Speaker wouldn't bring it to a vote. It's a big deal because it means it's going to fly out of the House and on to the Senate.
Let's hope. All right, Terry, what's next?
An endorsement by a National Democratic Party group of Amy McGrath for U.S. Senate is drawing criticism from her Democratic opponents and the GOP, which says she's a hypocrite for accepting it. Is this a big deal or no deal?
Well, she was upset the last time around when she was not the one that they endorsed Jim Gray.
It's really not a big deal. This is what the national political committees do. They recruit their candidate into a race and then they support them in the primary. It was to be expected.
Yeah. All right, Terry, what's
next up is after Louisville City Council made about $25 million worth of budget cuts, the mayor's office predicts the city will make nearly $19 million more than expected in 2020. But officials say the additional money isn't enough to close the gap for pension costs. Big deal or no deal here?
Listen, I mean, it's a big deal because there is going to be that extra surplus. We still got to figure out additional revenue.
It is a big deal because it shows that even in the biggest boom economy that we've ever been in, we're still running pretty tight operations. And if you can imagine what this is going to look like in a recession, folks, that's something to really worry about. That's why it's a big deal.
Terry, what's next?
Louisville has also become the first city in Kentucky to commit to 100% renewable energy by 2035. Mary Jo and Adam, is this resolution a big deal or no deal?
This is a huge deal. It's time for Kentucky to get in on this act. They're the first city in Kentucky, but the 160th nationwide.
Amen, sister. You can't be relevant to the new economy without new energy. The fact that Louisville is leading the way, not just in this state, but in the whole South, is a Vince Marrow-sized big deal. Way to go, Louisville. I don't say that very often. Way to go, Louisville.
All right, Terry, what's next?
One Kentucky think tank cites a story about improved learning in California schools following the installation of air filtration systems to argue that Kentucky should install them here, possibly at a cost of only $60 more per student. Is this idea a big deal or no deal?
I mean, do we not have clean air at this point?
Certainly we connect that if a kid can't breathe well, it's hard to learn well. Terry, we'll defer to you to that as an education professional.
Yeah, I would think, yes.
Clean air seems to be a good thing.
Want air.
Yes, students do want air. That has been confirmed. All right, Terry, what's next?
Now on to sports. Mayor Linda Gorton is going to bat for the Lexington Legends by joining a task force dedicated to ensuring that minor league baseball teams stay in their cities. This follows word of possible changes to the player development system by Major League Baseball. Is this a big deal or no deal?
Well, I think this is a huge deal because we want to keep the Legends in town, not just for the sports benefit because they're a great program, but they bring a lot to the city.
They do. They're terrific corporate citizens. I wish Major League Baseball would leave baseball alone because our minor league system works great. They keep ruining it. I also want to say, Linda Gorton is just on it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is in this city, she's low-key, but needs her attention. She's on it. We're lucky to have her as mayor.